Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to do a review of this 2013 Ford Edge Sport. This is actually a company vehicle I've had. It's going back on a lease return. It was wrapped. If you've seen some of my earlier videos, you would have noticed it had a full vinyl wrap on it with the company logos and stuff. Still a little bit of debris there from the wrapping. I don't know that I'd actually wrap into the vehicle again, to be honest with you. It would certainly have to be worth it, and I'm not sure that all the work that it took to wrap it was worth it. So I just want to dive into the vehicle and talk about my experience. I've had it for about 55,000 kilometers or so. It's got the Edge Sport 22s, which are a big feature on these trucks for a lot of people I know. They really love them. Do a quick walk around. Really nothing more to the vehicle other than the fact that it's a Ford Edge Sport with a skirt package, 22s. I put a trailer hitch on just for bike riding, but that is the outside walk around. And let's hop in, take it for a drive, and I'll tell you about my thoughts on this vehicle. Here we go. I posted on Instagram and my Facebook page the other day that I was returning this Ford Edge Sport back to the dealer because the 3-year lease was up, and did anybody want a review on it? So quite a few people asked for my feedback on it. Somebody or a couple people even said they loved my style of doing reviews and videos. I'm surprised because I think they kind of suck, but here is my honest review on this Ford Edge Sport. Just a little more light in here. Got this car in 2012 around September because it goes back in a couple days on the 10th, and I got it mostly because of the looks. I'm not gonna lie, the 22s look good on the car. It's one of those things where, the litmus test is, do you look back when you walk away from the vehicle? If you do, you've bought the right vehicle. So good looking truck. I test drove a few other things, but this was the one that I picked. Now, I also picked it because it had a very good shape for wrapping. If you've watched in my other videos, you'll have seen the one that I did where I talked about wrapping a vehicle and what you want to look for when you pick one. You can go check that out, or I'll throw the link in the description below. To sum up my experience with this car, how can I put it? So this car, and having it for the last 3 years, is literally the equivalent of a grandmother going to get fake boobs. Because that's what these wheels are. Everybody looks at the truck, they see it, but that's it. They don't really care. It's the same sort of thing with the grandmother. They're really big on the truck. Like, this is Ford's second smallest truck, if you can call it a truck, the crossover truck, whatever. Aside from I think Escape is smaller. But they went and stuck the biggest possible wheels they could into the car. And it's worked. One of the first videos I did actually on my business channel, I'll look for the link and I'll throw it in the video or in the comments below. I titled it "Why 22-inch Wheels Suck." And I got so much hate from that. People just came out and slammed me, and the comments were brutal. Everything was like thumbs down. But it's not that I don't like this vehicle. It's a nice, it's a nice driving truck. It looks good. It gets attention. It was the right choice for me to pick and wrap to do some mobile advertising. It worked for that purpose. But if I were to buy this for myself or to lease it for myself, I'd really have to think twice, because there's a lot better vehicles out there. It doesn't ride the greatest with the 22s. The braking isn't the greatest. The acceleration is pretty bad. It's called a sport, but if I'm being honest with you here, it's not a sporty vehicle. It's like a grandmother with the fake boobs, right? This thing, it'll go around corners okay, but that's it, okay? You can get on the on-ramps and the off-ramps with a pretty good clip, faster than what you would expect for a vehicle this size, but it's only because of 265 width tires. Braking isn't the greatest because it's got a lot of heft to, bring to a stop, and it's unsprung rate, with the wheels. So it takes a lot of braking power to get those things stopped. I've had this thing fully loaded with a tank of gas, everything in the back, and bikes on a bike rack with people in it. And the way it accelerates and brakes is just awful, brutal. Driving it as a daily is totally fine. You don't notice it. But the engine transmission combination, this is the 3.7 V6 out of the Mustang. The combination itself has a hard time dealing with not just the heft of the vehicle, but more so the unsprung weight of the heavy wheels. What else can I tell you about it? It's been good. I haven't really had very many problems. I didn't have to go back to the dealer for warranty for much, with the exception of the failed microphone. And the Microsoft sync system was kind of dodgy, you know. It wouldn't read text properly sometimes. I had to do a couple of updates on it, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's a pain in the ass. I mean, it should really just happen through Wi-Fi in your house. You got to use a memory stick and follow all these prompts, and it takes a good amount of time to get it done. But good infotainment system overall when it's working. The heated seats are really strange because it's low and high, and low is barely on, and high is like burn your ass off within a minute. So it's a really bizarre setup there. Aside from that, let me see what else I can tell you about this truck. Fuck, you know, what can I say? It's good. You know, I've had Fords before. It's roomy inside. It's got a lot of room. You know, the first thing I noticed when I got it, because I had a 4Runner before, the 2006 4Runner is kind of like a runabout driver. A lot wider inside, a lot more leg room, a lot more shoulder room. I'm not a small guy. I'm not huge. I mean, I'm 6'3", 200 pounds. But it's a comfortable ride. Not a lot of space back there, by the way, if you want to use it to haul around things. I've had to put my mountain bike back there. It's got 29, so it's a slightly bigger mountain bike. But I've had a hard time getting it in there quite a few times. You really have to finagle around. And I've had the same bike in the back of a Volkswagen Golf and no trouble at all. So it's kind of a weird vehicle that way. Love the sunroof. Lots of ambient natural light comes in, especially in the wintertime when it's cold. This thing's great in snow. Four-wheel drive system works really well. Stability works well. I actually went really small in the snow tires because these are 22 stock. I went to 17-inch snows. I could have gone smaller, probably to 16s. I think 16s would have fit over the calipers, no problem. Went with a much taller tire with a lot of sidewall and narrower too, like a 235. So a few sizes smaller, which really, you know, got it to the surface. I'll have to throw those on Kijiji. So if you're looking for snow tires in the greater Toronto area, you'll probably see them there. That is really about it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's, you know, it doesn't get me excited to drive it, not like the M3 or anything fast. It's not a sports car. It's a sporty car, I guess, you know, kind of the sporty things. But aside from going on and off ramps really well, that's it. The paddle shifters are awful in this, by the way. They don't rev match. You know, I'm going to just turn down the AC a little bit so you can hear it when I come to a stop. But if I put it in manual mode, it'll lock the gear out, which is what you want, because this combination here loves to downshift all the time for whatever reason. If you're on the highway doing 100, 110, and you want to put your foot down a little bit just to pass someone, sometimes it goes down 2 gears, so it's always looking for lower gears. Again, it has a hard time moving the car forward just because of lack of low-end torque, the transmission, and the heavy wheels. Anyway, I'm going to come up to a stop over here, but I just want to show you what the you know, they sold it to me as like a sports, you know, transmission. It upshifts and downshifts and rev matches and all that. And I didn't really check, and I didn't really care because I had the M3, so whatever. But when I started playing with the paddle shifts, you know, the paddle shifters in the car, when I got it, I was really disappointed with the way that it works. Anyway, I'm gonna come up to this light over here and just do some downshifts so you can hear it. So going down a gear, nothing. Doesn't rev match. Nothing. Sounds like a sewing machine too. The engine doesn't sound very good. Anyway, is it fast? I don't know. I guess so. It's not going to do the quarter mile in faster than 100 miles an hour. It's quick enough to help you merge in traffic. Anyway, that's about it. I hope you guys like my shitty review of the car. If you have any questions or anything I might have missed, I put 55,000 kilometers on this thing roughly over the last 3 years. I'm sure I can answer it, so just throw them in the comments below. Happy to chime in. Check out the other video that I did on why 22-inch wheels suck. Just to get some perspective. Don't hate, just appreciate, understand that, you know, I come from a different world and I really appreciate things that work very well together. This isn't something that works very well together. Like I said, it's a granny with fake boobs. So there you go. We'll talk to you guys later. Hope you're having a good one. Peace.